Hi, everybody. Okay, so we're now going to look at the cards section of your workspace. So you open up the workspace, and like we talked about, is that left-hand navigation. I'm going to close that for now so you can collapse and expand it by clicking this little button here. Okay, so a workspace is made up of different cards, and these cards fall under 4 columns. Now, the columns you'll see up here: goals, resources, evidence, rubrics. We're going to look closer at the columns at a later video. Right now, we're focusing on the cards. So cards are what we call the interactive squares that present all of the information that you want to be held within your workspace. So all of the links, all of the documents, all of the text, the presentations, anything and everything that you want to be contained within your workspace go inside of these cards. And that's how you relay the information to your learners, or you relay it to the substitute teacher, whomever your workspace is designed for. We're going to go through and I'm going to take you through building a card. So you'll see that when you enter a blank workspace, you'll have all these blank squares within the columns. And here you have the little plus signs that you can click in, and that will create a new card and put it into edit mode. So here I have the card in edit mode. I can put in a title, a description, any of that media or resources I was talking about you can use here, so you can upload from your computer. Hapara does sync perfectly with Google Drive, so you can click here and access anything from your Google Drive. You can click here and put any link you want, so maybe you want them watching a video from YouTube, or any link can be added in here. Or you also have the option of creating a whole new document, or Google Sheet, or Google Slide, or Google Drawing. So I'm going to create this card, and I'm going to pretend that I teach grade 1. I don't teach grade 1, but I absolutely think those of you that teach grade 1 are fantastic and rock stars, because that's very hard, and I don't think I could ever do it. So great work there. But I'm going to pretend I do. And so forgive me when this seems really novice. I'm going to say that my workspace, the audience, it's for a substitute teacher. So this is kind of my SubPlan for the teacher. And this is going to be one of my language arts activities that I want the substitute teacher to do. So I'm going to say LA SubPlan, let's see, activity 1. Okay. All right, so for this, what I'm going to do is I want to pull a Google slide. So I want the substitute teacher to open up these Google slides and work through the PowerPoint, essentially, with the kids. So again, what's really nice is that substitute teacher just has one spot to go to, and all of the links, everything is in this one spot. I'm going to open my drive. I'm going to go to okay, so I have this first grade sight words documents. I'm going to add that in. And then I'm actually going to write in the instructions for this portion of the subplan right into the description. You don't have to do this. You can create a new Google Doc and just type them in there, and so they can be accessible that way. But I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to say that in the Google slides that I have, there's sight words on different colors, and I'll say as the words come up, have the students do the following on each respective color. Okay, so let's say pink. I want them to spell read, because I can't spell, which would be that they would say the word aloud and spell out the letters. Let's say if it's a green, I want them to air right. So using their finger, write it out in the air. And if it's the blue, I want them to copy it on the table, maybe, or pencil and paper. Okay, so you get the idea. So that's the instructions I'm going to leave right in there. And then, so now I'm going to go to done. And so there I have my card. I'm going to say that all of my LA activities, one of the great things, if I wanted to go back in and change something about this card, you go to the three dots here, and I can go and edit it. And that'll open up edit mode for me again. One thing I didn't mention that is down here, I can assign a tag to this card. So if I wanted all of my LA cards to have the star tag, I can say, okay, that's what I'm going to tag this as. This place has no group, so if I had a classroom that was synced in here, I would have the option then of selecting groups. So I could assign this card just to a specific group of students. Again, Div 1, you're not really going to be needing that or syncing classrooms right now, so it's not really something I totally worry about. If you do want to learn more about syncing classrooms and adding the groups in here, there will be a module later on syncing classrooms and assigning cards to groups. But if that's not something you're interested in, you don't need to worry about it. So I'm going to click done. And I also really like assigning colors to the cards. Kind of organizes it a little bit better. So I'm going to say all of my LA cards are going to be light blue. So, okay, there we go. So now the substitute teacher would have this. They would just go, oh, okay, here's the instructions. They would click on this. Okay, and here it's opening up. So it just opens up, and I really love that whenever you click on something inside a card, it opens it up in a new tab, so it doesn't close your actual workspace, which is fantastic because I get irritated by that on websites I'm on. So you can see that here they can go and they might have, so the blue, and I think I said that the blue card, they would do air writing, so they'd go S-E-E, so on and so forth. So there we go, got kind of the gist of it. So right now, why don't you go ahead, you've already decided who and what your workspace is for. So why don't you go ahead and maybe just do a practice card, just kind of play around with creating a card and see about some of the things you can do.